Today, we're diving into Angela Duckworth's best-selling book, Grit: The Power of Passion and Perseverance. In this video, we'll uncover the fascinating insights behind what makes some people succeed, not because they're the most talented, but because they have something called grit. Let's get started. Section 1. What is grit? Duckworth opens by defining grit as the combination of passion and perseverance. It's more than just resilience or determination. Grit is about staying committed to a goal over the long term, and it's often the deciding factor in whether someone succeeds or gives up. Duckworth's research suggests that grit is a better predictor of success than talent or intelligence alone. She explains that while talent can give someone an advantage, it's grit, the consistent dedication to improve and push through challenges, that truly makes a difference. Duckworth illustrates this concept with stories of high achievers in different fields, from athletes to CEOs, who all share this quality of never giving up. Section 2. The importance of perseverance. One of the main messages in grit is that success requires sticking to goals for the long haul. Duckworth argues that while people may start out with enthusiasm, it's those who persevere through the less exciting, difficult moments that reach their goals. She uses the example of cadets at West Point, where a grit scale was found to be a better predictor of who would complete the rigorous training than other factors like physical ability. Duckworth encourages readers to push through boredom and setbacks, as it's often these challenges that test our commitment. Perseverance is more than enduring. It's actively working towards improvement, even when progress feels slow. Section 3. The role of passion. Next, Duckworth explores the role of passion in grit. Passion, according to her, isn't just about fleeting excitement. It's about developing a deep interest and care for something over time. She suggests that a true passion doesn't come fully formed. Instead, it's something that grows and evolves, often through curiosity and exploration. Duckworth advises people to follow their interests and to develop them into something meaningful. She highlights that those who can focus on a single passion, refine it, and stick with it are more likely to achieve success. This idea is backed by examples of successful people who stuck with their passion through thick and thin. Section 4. Developing a growth mindset. Duckworth links grit to the concept of a growth mindset, an idea developed by psychologist Carol Dweck. A growth mindset is the belief that abilities can be developed through dedication and effort, rather than being fixed at birth. Duckworth argues that adopting a growth mindset can lead to a grittier approach to life, as people with this mindset view challenges as opportunities to grow. She suggests that parents, educators, and leaders should encourage a growth mindset in others to foster grit. When people believe that they can improve through effort, they're more likely to stick with difficult tasks and less likely to give up in the face of setbacks. Section 5. 4 psychological assets of grit. Duckworth outlines 4 key assets that build grit. Interest, developing a passion for something and sticking with it. Practice, deliberate and focused practice that builds skill over time. Purpose, having a sense of meaning behind what you're working toward. Hope, the resilience to bounce back from setbacks. Each of these assets works together to create a gritty mindset. Duckworth emphasizes that grit isn't a fixed trait, but something that can be developed over time. She encourages readers to start with small, manageable goals, building up grit in stages. Section 6. Parenting and teaching for grit. Duckworth discusses how parents and teachers can help instill grit in children. She believes in a balanced approach, one that involves both high standards and support. Duckworth calls this the wise parenting style, being demanding while also being supportive. She warns that helicopter parenting, or shielding kids from challenges, can prevent them from developing resilience. In education, Duckworth promotes encouraging students to take ownership of their learning and to develop a growth mindset. She believes that fostering grit in children can lead to lifelong success, even more so than traditional academic success. Section 7. The hard thing rule. Duckworth introduces a family tradition she calls the hard thing rule. In her family, each member has to choose a difficult activity that requires practice and commitment. The rule is to stick with it, especially when it gets tough, and they aren't allowed to quit until a certain milestone is achieved. This rule is all about building grit in daily life. Duckworth explains that the hard thing rule encourages pushing through challenges, which builds resilience over time. She believes this principle can help anyone, not just children, develop a gritty mindset. In conclusion, can grit be cultivated? Duckworth's main takeaway is that grit can be developed and isn't limited to a select few. Whether it's through pushing oneself to pursue long-term goals, sticking to passions, or embracing a growth mindset, anyone can cultivate grit. Her message is empowering because it suggests that anyone willing to work on these qualities can find success, regardless of where they start.